Less than $50,000 for our paramedics and our EMTs who put their mental health in jeopardy and their safety at risk? I don't think so. What is going on, everybody? Good afternoon. I'm so glad to have you back for another episode of Beyond the Sirens podcast. I am your host, flightmedicberry, but we're going to need to get this aircraft off the ground pretty quick, though, so we are going to go wheels up 10 in service. We are en route, but we're going to encounter some IFR conditions, some inclement weather, so it's going to require us to get a little bit turbulent and a little bit bumpy, but it is a necessary turbulence in order to bring awareness to this particular set of topics that our EMTs and paramedics are going through. Now, obviously, this does not speak for everybody, but this is just based on national averages and what the Bureau of Labor and Statistics is reporting. But in order to determine whether or not these wages seem fair, we need to determine what kind of resume and education does an EMT and a paramedic have. Well, according to UCLA, EMTs go through about a 170-hour-long course that comprises of identifying life-threatening injuries and illnesses that may be present in an individual calling 911. They also are able to take part in assisting you in injuries that you sustain in a motor vehicle accident, providing CPR when your heart has stopped, and delivering a newborn. So then a paramedic will just add that 170 to a 1,200 long paramedic course that usually comprises of about 12 months. And their course comprises of many things, not limited to A&P, cardiology, medication administration, and medical procedures that are able to, in some cases, paralyze you, stop you from breathing, and give you a breathing tube because you're not breathing effectively in order for you to get the oxygen that you need so that you don't go into respiratory arrest. So then when you look at all of these hours and years of experience that they have to have before they can be fully fledged paramedics out in the field treating people. They need to have a field internship. They need to have a hospital internship. They need to have on-the-job training before they can be independent and cleared on their own to be a independent paramedic. You see, at the end of all this, they are highly educated, highly trained providers. And so let's take a look and see what they're actually making per the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, again, I said doesn't speak for everybody, but according to national average, the average paramedic is making about $46,000. And so let's look at the EMT counterpart. Why not? So $36,000. And that's not factoring a lot of different things into play. We're not factoring cost of living. We're not factoring taxes. We're not factoring state taxes. We're not factoring in any sort of inflation. But let's look at just kind of a rough estimate of what the cost of living for a single person median household income, and that is about $38,266. So if we backtrack just a slight little bit and go over to the EMTs again. Well, what is that? $3,650. So doing the math based off of these numbers, they're in the hole by $2,200. Now, obviously, these are still rough estimates, and margin for error is there, but still, 2,200 in the negative. It doesn't sound like I would want to work for or have a job where I am in the hole. And so, to just cap it all off, you have to calculate for consumer price index and the rise of certain commodities like motor vehicle insurance, personal care, food, and all of those other things. And based on what our current trends are at the moment over the last 12 months, per the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, we are increasing by 7.7% in all metrics. So when you add the low price, the median household income is already $38,000. You can see very quickly with an increase in 7% in all metrics of all things that we have to purchase, we can see very quickly that there's not much left over for these lifesavers and heroes to enjoy, just the simple things. And I know for a fact that a lot of these EMTs, to make up that negative $2,200, they have second jobs. A lot of paramedics have second jobs in order to augment the low income that they get. So there is obviously I don't want to end this on a horrible note. We have popped through the other side of the turbulence and the bad weather. We are back in VFR conditions. I would just like to say that these paramedics and EMTs, just because their pay is not where it should be, does not mean they take that out on the patients that they serve and the community they serve. In fact, they serve with such grace, they serve with such valor and such bravery, despite the fact that they are not getting compensated what they deserve. They're being overworked, and they are being underpaid, but yet they still carry themselves in such an amazing way. And I am proud to be among those individuals and call them my brothers and sisters. So I am going to end that here. I just wanted to bring this to your attention that this has got to change. We have got to make some sort of difference. This is not to negate all those other jobs that are in similar situations. I can only do my best to advocate for my fellow first responders. So I'm going to leave that here. We're going to touch down. We're going to go wheels down, 10-7 out of service. I will see y'all on the next one.